Hey, so I remember in the year 2020 when I was going through a lot of my deep, intense healing work, dealing with a lot of my internal childhood wounds and all of the emotional baggage, and learning how to build and be more aware of having an emotional intelligence, a sound foundation as it pertains or relates to emotional intelligence. And by the end of 2020, in December, I was ready. I said, oh, okay, I know what I'm going to be doing. I need to be talking about this. I need to be sharing this experience. I need to hear from others. I want to know what's going on in other people's world as it relates to their self-awareness, their journey of self-discovery and emotional intelligence, blah, 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 going on and on. And so I remember sometime during the fall of 2020 saying that, I was going to start working on building my podcast and, sharing this information and just getting a community of like-minded souls to come together so that we can build and progress, build one another, encourage one another, inspire one another to be our best selves, right? And so I started making contacts, reaching out to the people that I knew via phone because, as you know, in 2020, lockdowns were real serious, right? And so that's something that I embarked upon. And that is another experience I will have to share in a different video as it relates to and making these contacts with individuals as it relates to my social anxiety, a whole nother topic I'll be talking about. There's so much to talk about, right? And the journey is real. And so by the end of 2020, as I was saying in December, I knew what I was going to be doing, and I started gathering information and doing a lot of research. I had already been doing a lot of internal work and research and just digging deeper into my own journey and my own life and probing and investigating the why behind all of what I was enduring or experiencing. And so I got my room all together, set up and ready to start recording. Had all of my just things in place. The only thing I did not have at that time was a real microphone, a serious, professional microphone, which that was something I was looking into investing in. But I was really preparing myself and getting ready, right? Well, some other things came up, and what that was my soul saying, okay, you're on the right path, but there's more work that you need to do. You've done some work. I'm proud of you. You made some accomplishments, but wait, there's more. There's a lot more we have to work on. And so I want to keep this video short. So I'll be talking about this forever, for the rest of my life, for the rest of this journey, right? In this lifetime. But to make a long story short, as I was preparing and had my setup and my beautiful atmosphere, the ambiance that I wanted to initiate and start off, because as we evolve, our setups and displays and our presentation is always going to be evolve with us, right? And so what I wanted to present it, I thought that, I had it, the atmosphere was right, the decor, everything was all set up nice. The only thing I was missing was my microphone, but I'd already started practicing doing videos, having them all set. I just hadn't edited any of those. And in the midst of that, like I said, something happened much deeper, and it was my soul saying, let's go. We have more work to do. So let's go meant let's go on a journey. You were in this area, you were in this environment, which Illinois is what I'm speaking of, where I was living at that moment, at that time. And you've done some work, and I'm going to shift because that sunlight is a little bright right there. You've done some work, you've done well. We're proud of you, and but we have more work to do. So I needed to go on a deeper journey of finding more of myself and healing more of the pieces that had been scattered. They were all there, but they were scattered in such a way where things were not quite right still within me, and I had to heal more aspects of my nature. So this gets into more of the astrology work that I am involved in on a personal level, and I wish to share this experience and this work with others. And that's talking about Chiron, the wounded healer, which I'll have to share more about that in a different video. But when we think about our wounds, our old wounds, our childhood wounds, and the wounds that we actually carry with us, throughout adulthood, because we all have a wound somewhere. And it just takes the authentic individual to stand up and rise up and say, yes, I have this wound, and this is how I take advantage or operate within this, capacity. This is what I do to help with this particular wound, right? Well, part of that for me was, of course, my own sense of authority, standing in my own power, recognizing my own power, and not being ashamed that I have a voice, and realizing my own sense of identity, self-value, self-worth. And that was a journey that I needed to go on in the year of 2021. And like I've been saying, we're at the end. This is December 2021 right now. And I've done so much work in this year by being able to get away and go off on my own journey and be in isolation and really do some intense, deep introspection, going within, tapping into my inner world, and learning to see what my guidance, my inner guidance, is saying to me and how we need to proceed and move forward. So it's interesting because now I'm doing these recordings, and it's like, okay, they're just random recordings, but they're really, really powerful for me because it gives me that voice. It gives me a way to express myself and not having to have everything all proper, quote unquote, and perfect, quote unquote, right? But just randomly doing some videos, doing some recordings, and sharing my journey in this way. And being outdoors in nature is a fun thing. It's a cool thing. And of course, I'm not always outdoors doing these random recordings, but to be out here and not necessarily have a desk and a microphone, but just my phone, which has a microphone. And it's just me and the sounds of nature, and of course machines running for landscaping, right? But I just wanted to come on here and share that because I thought that's interesting how I started off on this journey about a year ago of ready to just start recording and sharing my story, but my soul was saying, wait, there's more. You're not quite there yet. But it's okay. I've accomplished a lot. I accomplished a lot then, but I've accomplished so much more, and I'm grateful for this experience. So with that being said, thank you so much for your time. Peace, love, and light, balance and harmony to all until we meet again. See ya.